Hello everybody, Storm here. Welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV Online. In the last episode, we had our negotiation session with Emmerich, the head of the Temple Knights of Ishgard, and he reiterated the Ishgardian policy that he is in no position to change, that they're basically going to sit in the sidelines and not really do anything about any of the problems that Eorzea is facing. Unfortunate, but he did promise to guarantee the continued shipment of supplies to Revenant Stone in exchange for our assistance in dealing with the issue of the heretics and Lady Iceheart, which we went ahead and helped them out with that. We were able to track down the heretics' lair in Snowcloak and figure out which tunnels they were using, and we now need to invade their lair and figure out what is going on in there. So that is what we're going to be doing. We're going to be using the Duty Finder to enter Snowcloak. So we might as well just go ahead and get that started. We can do that from anywhere in the world, which is why I'm hanging out in Gridania right now. So let's go ahead and Duty Find. And we'll be hitting up Snowcloak. Alright. Formed in the aftermath of the calamity, the Great Ice Wall has long been thought an impenetrable barrier between central and western Kurthus. In truth, however, the wall is riddled with hidden tunnels, which Iceheart and her followers have used as a base of operations. You have been tasked with exploring one such tunnel, in the hopes that it will lead you to the Heretics' leader. Yet what dangers await are anyone's guess. So we will see. Go ahead and join up. And it popped immediately. Beautiful. Alright, let's go. It's the one nice thing about being a tank. Assuming everybody else actually readies up. Up. Let's try this again. I'm ready. The healer's ready. One of the DPS is ready. But it appears we have a bunch of either AFK... Oh, there we go. Alright. Make sure we got our Defiance up. And let's get to work. Alright, what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab... try and drag these guys a little bit further. Just gonna grab these two groups. Make sure I use my defensive cooldowns. So it looks like these DPS are no slouches, so we should be fine. But I'm not exactly overgeared for this, so I don't want to push it. The boss, we run a dungeon. Alright. We've done a couple of primals, but... Okay. I probably could have grabbed that bear. Oh well, forgot that he was there. It's been a while since I've been in here. Alright, I grab the key. Good, they dropped the bomb first. Alright, and our first boss, Wendell. He should not be that difficult. One issue he does is you end up building up stacks of a debuff that once you get too many stacks, you will freeze in place. And he spawns these bombs, which they need to die. Which, as a tank, it's not usually a good idea to get kind of frozen where you can't really do anything. So make sure you have a good pile of threat built up. Which really should not be a problem. Otherwise, just avoid his AoEs. See, there we go. We have one stack of frozen. Let's burn some of this. There we go. Avoid the AoE. Frozen piles to force. Oh yeah, these DPS are really good. Or they're, you know, incredibly overgeared, which is always possible. You only got one stack of frozen. I don't need any of this stuff. Pass. Alright, we're just gonna stick with 3 Goobus. Drag these guys through here. Alright, cooldowns, cooldowns. Let's make sure I have threat on this guy. I'm not sure he was getting hit. By the overpower. Grab these guys and bring them down here.
I can't remember exactly what the most efficient way to pull this is, but
that really shouldn't matter too much. Next boss is going to be interesting. Alright, because this is all on me to make sure this gets done right. Alright, because what we need to do is... Oh! That didn't work. Okay, so we see these Spriggans here. When he does that conal AoE, we need to make sure that it hits a Spriggan. That right there. Alright, let's face him towards another Spriggan. Because what it does is it turns the Spriggans into snowballs. Right? Oh. And then he does an attack that you then need to hit the snowballs so that they hit the boss. And the more times... there we go. Okay, someone already took care of it. Good. Let me see if I can get him to hit the snowball again. The more times he hits a snowball, the bigger the snowball gets. The bigger the snowball is, when someone knocks it into them, the more damage it does. Oh, Spriggan broke out. Alright, so move it over here. Ah. Keep him facing the Spriggan. Oh, we're gonna get two of them. There we go. Will it get even bigger? No, that's as big as they're gonna get. Okay. Alright, do we have another Spriggan? We do have another Spriggan over here. Two of them. Three of them. If I aim this right. But he's almost dead, so there he goes. Don't need any of this stuff. Alright, I'm gonna go grab these guys. Well, let's actually drag them over here. Oh no, that's actually those sprites doing that. Oh, they're just blowing themselves up. That's fine. Alright, in this room, we're just going to get stuff attacking us from all different directions, coming out of the walls. So I just gotta make sure we grab everything. don't get caught in the bomb explosions. Spriggan. Come on, Spriggan. Gather these guys all together. Snowcloaks. Alright, now this type of enemy can be slightly tricky. Unless these guys... Alright. No, he is telegraphing. Okay. Because other versions of that type of enemy... don't telegraph their AoEs on the ground. And so you have to watch what he's using and just know. Oh, come on. I don't remember what my... I thought I had my stun on. I gotta You want to kill the Harriers first, because they'll transform themselves into Dravanians. And they hit fairly hard, which it looks like he did. Come on, get over here. Alright, last boss. Alright, it is Fenrir. Okay. Gotta remember his attacks. 1,000-Year Storm, that's gonna hit everybody. Nothing you can do about that. Alright, he's gonna drop crystals, right? Okay. Some of those crystals are going to attack. And then that one... is going to explode. Right, okay. Now, we've got 3 more crystals coming down. Now this is going to be a little bit different, I think. He's doing Lunar Cry. You gotta get behind the crystal. And then get away from the crystal, because the crystal's gonna explode. And that's the fight. You may get one more lunar cry. Maybe not. Oh, there it goes. Alright, so I guess we'll give the other DPS, or one of the DPS, combination. They were really good. And I'm just going to pass on this stuff, let them have it. And let's see if there's a cutscene leaving the dungeon.
The tales do not do you justice, warrior of light. Yes, I know who you are, and you know who I am. I was given the name Eorzea, but I earned the name Iceheart. This endless cycle of hatred, of bloodshed, of sorrow. You would see it continue, O noble warrior of light. I would not. I will not. I will bring an end to this war between dragon and man, no matter the cost. In time, you will come to understand that what we do for the greater good. For Eorzea, for Hydaelyn.
Alright, so, Lady Iceheart. And it conveniently dumps us back in Kurthus. Alright, that's nice. Alright, let's report to Alphino and let him know what went down. That took longer than I expected. What news, Ayame? Well, we killed a bunch of people and ran into the Lady Iceheart. So Iceheart is but a pseudonym, not that it matters. And she managed to escape is regrettable, but from your description of that beast, you did well to come as close as you did. In any case, now that you have cleared a path, the Temple Knights can begin to survey the tunnels in earnest. Mayhap they will even find a route past the ice wall. Wouldn't that do wonders for their fight against the heretics? The Crystal Braves would certainly share the credit for it too. Well be praised, Ayame, we may yet turn this situation to our advantage. Assuming we stop Iceheart before she summons Shiva, of course. Needless to say, our fellow Scions have not been idle. Menphilia and Eorzea have been busy pursuing the archives, or perusing the archives of House Fortemps, gathering what information they can on Shiva. Which reminds me, if you are intending to trudge back to Cramp Dragonhead to report on the day's events, don't. The antecedent should be here at any minute. I can only assume some people enjoy subjecting themselves to this cold. Menphilia's coming here. Alright, so what's next? No, not given to small talk, Alphino can think of no better way to pass the time until Minfilia arrives. Antecedent, you come to us straight from the archives of House Fortemps. I trust your time there proved fruitful. What did it had? Eorzea and I scoured countless texts, but what we found was of questionable veracity. Accounts of Shiva's life and deeds are sparse and contradictory, only agreeing upon one point. She lay down with a dragon, the gravest of all sins, according to the Ishgardian faith. Yet in the eyes of Iceheart's followers, this was a holy act, the blessed union of man and dragon. How such a thing could even be possible is quite another question. Suffice it to say, I very much doubt that we will find a useful answer in the archives of House Fortemps. Much knowledge has been lost over the centuries, though in this case one wonders if it is by circumstance or design. You said that Iceheart took a moment to plead her case prior to escaping, did you not? Viewed without prejudice, most would agree that bringing an end to an endless war serves the greater good. I think Sir Emmerich might take issue with her methods. I do not care if a few stragglers manage to escape. Until the sappers confirm that a tunnel is safe, the men are not to search it. Yes, Lord Commander. You pursue your foes with less zeal than I had expected, Sir Emmerich. Lest you misunderstand, I do not deny that our enemy has given us good reason to be prudent. I merely meant, you being a man of faith, that I had expected a certain single-mindedness. After all, was it not by the will of Halone that your ancestors came to this land? Why, they took up arms against the Dravanians? What would they have done in your position, I wonder? There are those who believe that faith is a renunciation of free will, that unquestioning devotion is required of all who would live a life in service to the Fury. Such righteous fervor may well serve a knight on the front line, less so a leader of men. We are all at liberty to interpret the scriptures as we will. I choose to believe that the Fury would value the lives of her followers over the deaths of her enemies. But I would not presume to speak for the Knights of Eld. 'Twas a different time, nay, a different era, and Scripture tells us only so much. Would that it told us more. That man is awfully pragmatic for a servant of the Holy See. A welcome trait at the negotiating table, to be sure, less so when one's enemies are making ready to harness the power of a god. Mayhap he does not truly believe that Iceheart's plan can succeed. Truth be told, I too remain somewhat skeptical. Shiva was real, a living, breathing woman, of that there could be no doubt. In this respect, she differs from every other figure to have been summoned, each of whom was worshipped as a god. The sole exception being good King Mughal XII, the myth made manifest in response to the fervent supplications of the Mughalsguard. Saint Shiva may differ, but what of the heretics? They are a tribal outcasts at war with the mighty nation, who yearn for the resurrection of the one who embodies their beliefs. If that is not placing one's faith in a higher power, then what is? Crystals and conviction, Minfilia. They have them both in abundance. Can that be truly all that is required? My survey team has concluded a preliminary analysis of the aetheryte Ice Heart used to escape. They believe that she teleported to another aetheryte somewhere not far to the west. Despite the apparent proximity of this second aetheryte, however, they have been wholly unable to detect its presence directly. Unless Iceheart has some means to mask its signal, I can only presume she had it destroyed to prevent us from following her. Without the means to teleport as she did, we have no choice but to search for an alternate route, most likely a tunnel, assuming one exists. Let us not give up on teleportation just yet. One of our colleagues in Charlayan may be able to assist us. I pray that you are right. I dare not think how long it will take us to survey the entire tunnel system. Alright, while Menphilia looks into our aetheryte problem, I would like to request your assistance with another matter. The 3rd unit is currently tracking the remnants of the heretic force which attacked us. However, the search goes poorly despite our numbers. Kurthis is vast, and Iceheart's followers know the terrain far better than we. Your knowledge of this region may serve to hasten the process. The sooner we capture Iceheart's followers, the sooner we can press them for their leader's whereabouts. Also, though it is admittedly a selfish request, I feel that my braves would benefit immensely from working alongside you. While we have our share of veterans, we also have more than a few less experienced recruits, many whom look up to you in case you were not aware. Alright, so we'll go ahead and get to that. Alright, good. I knew you would understand. Eorzea can apprise you of the details. When the task is complete, come and find me at the observatorium. Captain Ilberd and I are meeting there to discuss the latest developments in his investigation. The Temple Knights shall hold Snowcloak in our absence. Let us leave them to their work. Ours is more pressing. Alright. So we need to go track down the rest of these heretics. Oh, we need to talk to Eorzea there. There you are, Ayame. Commander Leveilleur instructed me to wait for you. Your assistance is most welcome, believe me. Most of the 3rd hail from Ul'dah, and for a man accustomed to the feel of sand beneath his boots, the crunch of snow can be rather disconcerting. But to the matter at hand, nary a moment ago I received word that the heretics we seek have been spotted making for Denifin Pass. My braves are already in pursuit, and I should be grateful if you would join them. I myself shall be taking part in the hunt. Never let it be said that I do not earn my coin. Alright, to Denifin Pass then. Which is going to be down here. Actually, we're going to be heading there. Shouldn't be too far away. No, we're already almost there. Alright, 3rd unit Brave. You look a little worse for wear. Doll's balls, my ankle is on fire. Caught my boot on a rock or something and twisted it as I fell. The others went on ahead through Denifin Pass. Hurry and you might catch up. If you aren't sure where to go, look for tracks. The snow is fresh, so they shouldn't be hard to find. Well, I have a good idea where I'm going. See, are we going all the way through the pass? Looks like we are going all the way through the pass. And heading into Boulder Downs. That makes sense. That's where I ran into heretics before. Oh. Level 46 will still attack me. Okay. Alright, we have fresh prints. The tracks lead southeast. Oh, which is this way. I'll stay on foot. Ah, 3rd Unit Brave. Alright, Cyan, what are you doing here? The heretics? I'm not sure. There was a great scaled beast, and Eorzea, I think? I think he went east on his own. The heretics split up, so we did too. Alright, we'll head east. A great scaly beast, huh? Sounds like possible Dravanian activity. Oh. There we are. Purple circle. Let's actually turn off the Defiance. We don't need it. Hit the Berserk. Oh. Stunned me. Alright, Eorzea. How embarrassing. I was so intent on following the heretic's track that I almost failed to notice they had doubled back. Almost, mind you. One tried to sneak up behind me and got a knife in the gut for his troubles. I thought myself alone, so I started searching the dead man's knapsack for anything of interest, and lo and behold, before his friends found me, I came upon this. Withdraw in groups of 3 or less to the observatorium. Give the signal and wait. The merchant will be watching. Be late and be left for dead. Speaks for itself, does it not? They can't possibly mean to rendezvous inside the place, so we should restrict our search to the surrounding areas. Let me rephrase that. You should restrict your search to the wilderness around the observatorium. I will need more than a moment's rest to recover from these wounds. Very well. So the wilderness outside the observatorium. Okay. We have a marker on our map. It's not that far outside the observatorium. Suspicious Kurthan. Ah, and you're wearing the same gear the last 2 guys I dispatched was. I am through with listening to your excuses. We leave now. How? The woods are crawling with those blue coats, and the knights are searching every wagon that passes through the gates. Hi, guys. Well, stay with her, then, if you think you'll fare any better. Now, there's no need for that. Yukiri. Oh, there are places like this in my homeland, sacred snow-clapped peaks where blood must not be shed. Yet your lands ever thirst for the blood of the fallen, and by your deeds it is drunk deep. No, I have done no wrong. None but meet in secret with heretics. Deny it all you will. We shall have the truth from you yet. Inquisitors are not the only ones skilled in the art of interrogation. Damn it all. Fancy meeting you here, Ayame. I presume your work with the Third brought you hither? What a tangled web. Lest you wonder, we came not for the heretics, but for the merchant who has been conspiring with them. He came to our attention during the course of our investigation into the Ivy. It beggars belief, I know, but it seems our favorite Garlean spy may have been providing assistance to Iceheart. Were it not for the efforts of Lady Yugiri and her shinobi, we might never have discovered this connection. Master Alphino is too kind. I fear my people and I have done little to aid your search for this spy. We long to strike back against the Empire and weaken their influence in this land, to prevent the tragedy which befell Doma from reoccurring. The days ahead and the work they promise require a very particular set of skills. Skills which I am fortunate enough to possess. If you will allow it, I would accompany you until the investigation is complete. That is a most generous offer, Lady Yugiri, and one which I gladly accept. Thank you. Though I may disappear for a time, know that I shall never be far, and shall always be watching. A comforting thought. Kamiyame, let us wait inside for Captain Ilberd to return and deliver his report. Alright, so we'll go ahead and speak with Alphino, and I think that will be a good place to go ahead and call it a day. Alright, Captain Ilberd seemed confident that the merchant's resolve would swiftly crumble when pressed. If so, we should have new information ere long. As to whether it will bring us any closer to learning the Ivy's identity, I would rather not say. Given our adversary's cunning, I shall consider us fortunate if we are spared another wild dodo chase. The gods know we have more than enough to occupy our time as it is. Alright. So let's at least grab the next quest. And Alphino is eager to hear Ilberd's report on the Ivy. Unless it's going to pull us into a cutscene. It's alright. Captain Ilberd, your report, if you will. Aye, Commander. Firstly, with regard to the heretic we captured, I regret to say that the man could tell us naught that we did not already know of Shiva. We have since handed him over to the Ishgardian authorities. Henceforth, the Holy See will pursue the matter independently. Our inquiries concerning the Ivy, however, have proven more fruitful. We have ascertained the channel by which the heretics acquired their information on the shipment routes. Go on. You will recall the flame we first identified as being in the Ivy's employ. From him, we were able to trace a trail of conspirators, each taking us closer to his master. Alas, the trail came to an abrupt end. Fearing that the investigation had been compromised, we took the necessary step of detaining all suspected of conspiracy. There were 5 on our list, including a flame stationed at Revenant's Toll. The man's primary duty was to keep an inventory of donations from abroad, the particulars of which he would share with benefactors, thereby ensuring that needs did not go unfulfilled. By virtue of his role, he was privy to the details of all shipments bound for the settlement. Needless to say, that included those originating from House Forton. He knew the precise route the caravan would take, and he sold that information to a merchant. I think I can guess which one. None other. With a little encouragement, he soon confessed to knowingly aiding and abetting the heretics. Well, that is one mystery solved at least, but what of the Ivy? Are we any closer to prizing off his mask? I dare say we are, Commander. Our relentless pursuit has forced him to commit a grave error. In a desperate bid to cover his tracks, the Ivy resorted to exercising certain administrative powers available only to high-ranking members of the Immortal Flames. If you consider, then, that our investigation is known to barely a handful of them, the field of suspects is greatly narrowed. You mean to say that the Ancient is among Ralbon's innermost circle? Someone who has been with him since the Immortal Flame's establishment? 'Tis the most plausible explanation. The infiltration likely occurred during the company's founding, with the groundwork for the act being laid beforehand. To slip into a position of authority unremarked and remain above suspicion all these years. I too was surprised, though I really should not have been. Of the 3 grand companies, Ulda's was ever the more vulnerable to infiltration. Both Limsa and Gridania had long-standing armed forces that lent themselves well to the formation of the Maelstrom and the Order of the Twin Adder. To all intents and purposes, it was the same people, loyal ones, mind, under the same leadership, only the banner was different. Not so the Flames. Ulda's military is made up of disparate orders, most of which were glorified mercenary companies that answered only to their own paymasters. Hardly an ideal environment in which to establish something as high-minded as a grand company. The difficulties Ralbon faced when founding the Immortal Flames are well known. Even after he had convinced his fellow syndicate members to share the cost, there remained the small matter of finding enough bodies to fill the ranks. Indeed, and given the pressing nature of the Imperial threat, that meant recruiting every passing sellsword. Amidst the chaos of its founding, it would have been child's play to infiltrate the company. A good deal easier than now, aye. The Immortal Flames have ever been caught between conflicting interests, the public and the private. Though the monetarists ultimately agreed to support the organization's founding, 'twas not out of charity that they did so, but simple self-preservation. Had Nail von Darnus' ambitions been any less apocalyptic, you may be sure that they would never have risked supplying Ralbon with an army. 'Tis but a wonder they did not attempt to extinguish the flames the moment the danger had passed. Returning to the present. Even as we speak, our Doman allies are shadowing several high-ranking flames, any one of whom could be the Ivy. Desiring to deal a blow against the Empire, the refugees were eager to lend us their aid. I expect to hear from them ere long. Very good. Pray continue your investigation with the first. Meanwhile, have the second attend to the unrest. The third can join the fourth in inspecting crystal shipments. If they notice anything unusual, I want to know about it. If Shiva is summoned in like manner to the other primals, the heretics will be looking for further supplies. Understood, Commander. I shall send word to Sir Emmerich, informing him of our success in identifying the heretics' abettors. Hopefully the information will be of some use to the Ishgardians. It is time, Commander. Yes, I am aware. An emergency council of the Alliance leadership has been called. There have been developments in Garlemald, it would seem. As Commander of the Crystal Braves, my presence has been requested. I would have you accompany me, Ayame. As the realm's stoutest champion, 'tis only meet that you be present for the discussion. Oh, and the antecedent has already given her consent, lest you worry. I wasn't worried, but whatever. Alright. So, actually, let's go ahead and... I don't know if that's going to pull us into another cutscene. So we're going to go ahead and cut it here. And then we will continue with this when we come back. So, hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Go ahead, like, subscribe, and comment. And I will see you next time.